This your boy Kiss, and you're watching Overcoming Obstacles with Music. My childhood was basically like every other rapper, mostly every other rapper, growing up in like a small family. I basically grew up in the middle of the hood. Like, when I grew up without having my dad in my life, which really struck me as like why he didn't want to be there, basically type thinking that. So my childhood, I had to grow up real fast and basically be the man in the house because I had a stepfather there, but that wasn't my dad, so I didn't really think of him as being the man of the house. I pictured myself as being the man of the house. A lot of violence. There was a lot of violence. I can recall one day playing football in the field with my friends and hearing this loud pop sound, obviously a gunshot, and the car started coming down my street. And me being as young as I was, I had to be like around 8. I ran across the street where the car was coming, and I almost got hit by the bullet, and I ended up running back to the field where I was at and running on the floor. So my childhood wasn't very good because I had to grow up in a lot of poverty and violence. My mom, that was the biggest inspiration. My dad wasn't there. I didn't appreciate my dad at all. My dad didn't want nothing to do with me. So my mom, she basically told me, here's the scenario. You ain't got no dad in your life, I'm gonna be your dad. She ain't physically tell me that, but that's what she wanted to say. So she couldn't tell me how to be a man. I taught myself, but she directed me to her that way. Music that's the best thing I can say that happened to me in my life. I could recall me and Charles, we was in his basement, and I ain't want nothing to do with being a rapper. So like when we was in his basement, I remember he put this one line. He said, so yo Kiss, put some bread on my name. Any rapper in the game, for the cash I'ma slang. So that right there struck gold to me, like yo, this dude got talent. I ain't know then and there I wanted to be a rapper, but I knew I wanted to have something to do with it, even if I was managing. So music, when I started actually writing music, it was like basically I started writing things about my life. Like I'm not the type of rapper that raps about having guns and stuff like that. I like to rap about my life and real stuff. And it's times I can rap about having money and all that, but I don't do the guns and the drugs and stuff. So music, it's a way to get me out of my comfort zone. That way I could talk about my family matters, stuff that happened when I was younger. So music basically was like an overpowerment for me. Without music, I wouldn't be able to tell the world my story and where I come from. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to know where I come from. They ain't gotta really like my music. Excuse me. They ain't really gotta like my music. But as long as they hear where I'm coming from, that's all I really care about. Musically, Jadakiss. That's my idol. I listen to Jadakiss all the time. And anybody that know their history on Jadakiss, they know that he grew up with having things. Like he probably didn't have it all, but he had a lot. He had more than what other rappers would usually come up with. Like me, for example, I came up from a perverted place. I really didn't have a lot when I was younger. I had to work since I was 13 to get what I wanted. I had to buy my own clothes, my own shoes. I had to do it. And I never really went the way of selling drugs because that's not the way my mom wanted me to go. So I didn't really go that way of selling drugs. So Jadakiss, he really taught me to, like, even if you don't have a lot, because the way he raps, he tells stories about the middle class, and he tells stories about himself. So like he really taught me to, like, if you're gonna write music, write about things you love and things that's gonna get you to be out there, people gonna listen. So musically, Jadakiss has inspired me to write music. Of course, I plan on making it big. That's a dream of mine, making it big. I got a mixtape on the way called New Beginning. There's me, a couple artists on there from the local Syracuse area, and that's basically what I'm coming from. To my boys Charles, Arthur Logic, my boy Logic, who is also gonna be on the mixtape. I want to shout out all the Syracuse rappers that's doing their thing out here. I'm not gonna be a hater and say nothing bad about y'all, so I'm gonna shout y'all out too. I want to give my mom a shout out because without her I probably wouldn't even be here right now. And I want to thank my dad too. I want to shout my dad out. Even though you wasn't there, that was just motivation to move on. And no matter where I come from, and when I make it big, I'm always know where I come from. I'm still gonna look out for you because you're my dad, even though you wasn't really there for me. So other than that, I want to shout out everybody that know me, all my family, God. So everybody, I mean, just showing love. Kiss Montana is here. You might not. My first mixtape is coming out, and if y'all want to know anything about me, I'm a real cat. That's just me. If you want advice, anybody can talk to me. I'm gonna give you real advice. I'm gonna keep it real with you. And I want y'all to know that my music is not about what everybody else is doing. It's about what I'm doing, about how I overcame my life. My life is crazy. My life is crazy. So when y'all hear my music, don't just off the top judge me. Listen to it and actually understand where I'm coming from. There's cats in the Syracuse area that rap about, oh, I want this, how they gonna get this, how they make guns pop and all that stuff. That's not me. I'm gonna rap about what I've been through and what's real. And if you want to hear music that's real, I want y'all to know that's me. I'm a real dude. And for like record labels and stuff, if y'all watching this video, I want y'all to know that I'm a real cat. And making music is what I do. Everybody just get with the movement. I want y'all to get with the movement. SDMG Entertainment, the movement. You already know. Kiss Montana.